Hi, I'm Kelly, and I've been involved with Learning Society for about a year now. I've learned so much from using this kind of framework. Today, we will hear from a few people about how they've experienced Learning Society and what they've learned from using this framework as a tool. Learning Society is kind of a network of people who are working together to solve everyday kinds of problems. People in Africa, Europe, Asia all have similar problems. And you're probably not the only person thinking, how can I solve this? And Learning Society provides a platform where people with like minded ideas can problem solve together. So, Learning Society is a group of people who all have like minded ideas. And when they present these like minded ideas, it allows people to first listen to what others have to say, link their like minded ideas, and it gives them the opportunity to learn from one another. That way, we can find out what has gone wrong, what people find out that works really well. It allows others to not make those kinds of mistakes and then figure out what works best for them. One of our projects that we worked on was called the 24-hour Impact Playground. And in order to prepare for this playground, we had video events that we used on Facebook Live. And we kind of tested out having people who worked behind the scenes, who were in charge of sending out kind of questions for the audience to improve audience engagement and figuring out what kind of communication worked best to improve engagement. And we also tried having a WhatsApp group to see if that was a good format and just played around with it, using that kind of playground to get things going. Learning Society is something that's easy for anybody to implement. All you need is your smartphone, an internet connection, and you can get started. You could do a simple video that says, "Hi, that I'm so and so, and here's what I need to solve," and just get connected. Our Facebook group has had so many people interacting and learning from each other. It's been truly amazing to see the kind of impact people have on each other. So now that you guys have learned about what Learning Society is, you can join us on Facebook. The link is down below. So next we'll hear from Bert-Ola. He's been involved with Learning Society since the very beginning.
My name is Bert-Ola Bergstrand, and I've been part of, I guess, Learning Society is maybe another question. So I've been part in developing the frameworks over many years, and the last 4 years together with Trondheim municipality. Learning Society contains several elements. It's a metaphor. It's a way of working together. It's a way to move society forward towards sustainable value creation, something like that. It's the software primarily so far. I mean, it's a way to start the dialogue. Learning Society contains several elements: the charter, the playground, the journey, and the tool, and the listen, link, learn. So there are several elements there, but it's a very interesting, I would say, metaphor that triggers people to know more about what it is. And that's one of the biggest strengths I learned over the years with working with narratives and metaphors. You need something that, I want to know more about this. So it's a very good way to start a conversation. And then you can go down to various elements depending on who you speak to. Is it the people looking into value, or is it people who want to make action, or they who develop the tools? Or so it's a quite broad framework. So it's a good dialogue to start a dialogue, but it's also very good to structure your action if you're an individual, organization, or a society. because it gives a bit of structure. Did I think about how I measure? Did I think about where I make the events? Did I think about what I do after? And what tools do I use, sort of. So it's a good structuring tools and mindset tool. Yeah, of course, there's a big mix. I think what I've seen, we have used it a bit step by step, and I would say like before Learning Society, I worked with many other metaphors. So it's like the latest narrative. And one thing that I can see from like other cases, Ragund and Cynthia Reynolds and Pakistan, is that it can be applied in different. One actor might use the journey. They have been most working with the journey part, or others have been working with the playground part, or like that. So I haven't seen anyone directly using the whole framework yet. It's more parts of the framework. But for example, Ragunda, in my view, is like they started to think in a new way by using this framework and how to use digital tools, and not least to understand that there is a world outside the local space. So there are like several elements in which can be beneficial. The hard part is that it's quite abstract. It's like, what is it and how do I join, and what like, yeah, but this is not possible, or so like this abstract thing. And one of the learnings over the years working with knowledge and this, what we say, intangible resources, is not a house. It's not brick by brick. This is an understanding. And if you don't understand, it's hard. It's like maybe not comparable to Einstein's theories and like that, but it's hard to understand it. It's like something you grow into, and when you have used it, then it clicks like, oh yes, that is how it works. And that takes quite a while. So it's not like going into a house and switch on the lamp in your apartment. This is a gradual process. And I think that is growing knowledge, that there is no quick fix of using tools like this. At the moment, I think the tool in its form right now is maybe for a municipality or an organization or an intellectual, or maybe who want to understand something a bit larger than themselves to structure what they are working on. Facilitators, development, neighborhood developers, like many of these people, they have already tools they are working on. So based on my experience from speaking with a lot of people, they see the logic quite quickly when you start to explain it. So, but it gives also some new type of, oh, I didn't think about that piece, or maybe so it like triggers them to maybe think a bit broader and to see it, their own activities from another perspective. So it's sort of nudging tool in a way also. In the longer term, then it could be with a better technical AI solutions, with being in the playground and download your app style. Then you can do it. Then it could be more applicable to the individual on the street who want to meet people, or structure your knowledge work or something. But we are, of course, not there at this time. Now it's more a strategic tool, maybe a little bit. It takes a bit of time to get into it and understand.